What's up, guys? My name is Adam Collins. I'm the GM at the Graycliff Cigar Company in the Bahamas. We're just taking a look at the new product lines that we're doing this year, the evolution of the packaging that we've gone through. We spent the better part of the last year working on the new boxing profiles for the U.S. market, creating a clean-cut line that's only for brick and mortar now in the States, so that the cigar stores have something that's their own, things that are never going to be on the internet, in a catalog, that when they come into a store, they can only find it in the store. So what we spent a lot of time doing was changing the whole finishes. We've gone into the black piano lacquer with a metallic gold, put all the specs on the outside. We've done color coding that actually changes out depending on the lines that we're using. So our Chateau Grand Cru, now on the interiors, you have all your plates magnetically done that can actually be taken off, and a humidifier can be put into your box. Since it is humidor grade, you can close that thing up and keep it fresh. And you know, we found a lot of times too, Graycliff being on the higher end of things, a lot of stores remove a lot more sticks than boxes, and at the end of the day, when you sell out on your sticks, you can always do a reorder of the trays and get your cigars for a little bit less money.
Very nice.
So we spent the last 2 years doing a complete retweak on all of our blends. So we've gone back to our old roots from the Avelino Lara days and the fermentation methods that were being used by him back in the mid-1990s when we started out. You know, we were the first people to make hybrid cigars before the boom. You know, everything was pure Dominican, pure Nicaraguans. Everything that we make today has at least 3 different countries of origin. Some of the blends have up to 4 or 5 different countries in them. The Chateaus, for example, that are being produced now are coming out of blends blended with Costa Rican, Honduran, Nicaraguan, Ecuadorian tobaccos. And we've also taken the uncut cigar back to America, to the U.S. market, because no more will we be having the uncuts available anywhere else in the States, not online, not on the internet. In the stores, it will be all uncut, and will be just for the brick and mortar shops. We spent a lot of time too, you know, back in the day, you can see here where we have something to seal it up here, but back in the day, the uncuts were more explosive, whereas they would actually come and flare out. And when we were developing the boxes, we had to make a way to maintain the essence of the uncut, but to tame it a little bit. So we extended mold sizes, and we were able to keep the filler in the mold, to keep the shape of the cigar, to maintain the ring gauge, so that when they got into the boxes, they fit nice and clean inside. And it gives a certain level of transparency with the smokers at the end of the day, because you know when you light up that filler on the end there, that's what you're getting. That's what your cigar is all about. It's not a beautiful wrapper hiding some questionable filler underneath there. It's a great filler, and then when you hit the wrapper and the binder, you get the change again, and the complexity starts to pick up all over again. We've put also into the lineup the Toro size, which we didn't have in the portfolio before, which is at a 54 ring gauge, 7 inches with the uncut. That goes along with our standard Pirates, which are our Pyramids and our Robustos. And we've also included the Salomones in that lineup. Cuban-style Salomon with the razor cuts on the feet. You know, it's not the cheap cap method that some other places use. It's the old school way. You know, still with Salomon, it's 50 to 60 cigars a day on the production line that can be done. So it's almost always on back order. So if you can find it, let me know.
Yeah,
we can never seem to make enough of them. Talking about low production, which is what we've been famous for, quality-wise and low production, we're still the only company in the world that dedicates a line of cigars that is completely handmade, which means no mold, no press, no paper. It's the way that cigars were done 100 years ago before they invented the cigar molds. And it kind of pays homage at the same time to the old art of cigar making, as well as homage to the history of Graycliff itself. A lot of people don't know, but the property of Graycliff was founded about 300 years ago by a pirate named John Howard Graysmith. It's on a hill overlooking the harbor, and what we did as a throwback to Captain Graysmith is all of the cigars are coming with the pirate labels on them, and all of the cigars are made completely by hand. They're big boys, so you're looking at anywhere between a 60 to a 62 ring gauge, and it's the same issue with low production. Because there's no additional molds and presses being used, the selection of the raw material has to be that much more detailed, because if you have high vein profiles, it's going to show on the outside of the cigar. So each one of these are duplicated, and you got maybe 40 to 50 cigars can be made a day. This year we've actually done a special one only for the US. There's 200 boxes being done in the crocodile skin boxes. 16 cigars, 62 by 5 1/4, with a little bit of a lower profile on the uncut. So instead of having like that 3/4 inch uncut, we're looking only about 1/4 to 1/2 inch on the uncut there. And once again, there's only one guy who I let make these, so you can imagine. There ain't that many around. But that's one of the fun things for us, since we're not mass producing cigars. We get to spend a lot of time tweaking and playing mad scientist with the things that we do. And we did something about 2 years ago, which was the silver, which was a part of the anniversary of the property itself. So we worked on the bullion style box for the inside and the champagne exterior boxes, housing 24, but in a little bit of a different layout to the cigars. The silvers don't come in the uncuts. We can customize them, but typically they're going to be either a 6x52 pyramid or a 6x54 Toro. So we've been keeping really busy. You know, in addition to the cigar factory back home, we also have a chocolate factory. We do all of the chocolates from bean to bar, and we've actually done a lot of infusions with the chocolate by using tobacco in the chocolate. You know, nowadays you see people doing like with chili and with different nuts and whatnot, but we actually use Ligero, the stronger flavor, and we incorporate it into the chocolate. So you can see the white chocolate bars with the Ligero on top. It gives a little bit of a spice to it. You know, everything that we do there, you know, we have the 5-star restaurant, we have the hotel. We also have the 3rd largest wine cellar, private wine collection in the world. So we do everything on small, high-end levels. From the cigar perspective, you know, we're never going to be able to do more than 500,000 cigars a year. That keeps us very busy, and at the same time, we try to accommodate the market to try to get a little bit of everything everywhere, which is very hard at the same time. You know, we have about a dozen cigar rollers. All of our rollers come from Cuba. They're all level 9 master cigar rollers. They all have to be at least at the Salomon level before they can actually come on board with us. And everybody stays actually on property. We house all our guys. We take care of all of their expenses. So it's like a really small family. And even when you talk with us, when you're ordering, you call directly to the factory. You're going to find me there every day. You're going to talk to me. We're always in the trenches, so to speak. So it's not mass production. It's not crazy numbers. It's more expensive to make cigars in the Bahamas, but by putting all the different pieces of the puzzle together, we've been able to do something really magical that's hard to find. And if you find Graycliff on a shelf somewhere, it's going to be more expensive, but it's definitely that cigar that you want to use to celebrate that special occasion. Smoke it, it will definitely be worth it.
Right.